I got a crew, they say they really want to get this Monday. Monday ain't funny because the world like dumb days when it comes down to the financial situation. I ain't Asian. I know how to add dollars and cents. Money won't spend when I'm using Forex to pay the rent. Like clean water out in Flint. Like a homeless man with a tent. Or shitty relevant. Walk like the president. We going to the top, so ain't no need to be hesitant. Ah. I got a cool, they. Hey, how you doing? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Yeah! Ah. I say. You got it. What up, everybody on the highway to freedom, baby? Yes. First thing I want to do is throw a cheers to all of our new people that have joined us this week and last week and the week before and the week before and the week before and the week before. Cheers to all of you, each and every single one of you, for embarking on this pathway to freedom, on the highway to freedom. Without you, it wouldn't be a highway to freedom. You know, in order to have a highway to freedom, there had to be people driving and riding on it, right? There's a joke that says, what sound does a tree make in the woods if nobody's around, or something like that? What sound does a tree make if nobody's around? If nobody's around, what sound does a tree make, or something like that? You know what I'm talking about? So it make you scratch your head. What sound does the tree make if nobody's there to hear it? That's a good one, right? Think about it. But I want to say welcome to all of you on the highway to freedom. Okay, so we've closed out another week in the markets. Wasn't our best week by far, and this week was filled with fundamentals, man. Major news with the EUR, with the Euro, what they call the Eurozone. Major news in that area. We had NFP this week, where the first Friday, usually it's the first Friday, but February is a short month. Usually the first Friday of every month, you have what they call NFP, non-farm payrolls. And in these type of weeks, the market does get sporadic, a little crazy, or whatever the case might be. And it can be a little challenging to trade these markets, because when fundamentals take over the market, technical analysis really pretty much goes out the window. And it was a little bit of a slower week for us. I mean, we did end up catching, let me tell you, we ended up catching 93, 69, and 55. We ended up catching 217 pips this week. little bit under our normal goal of 250 pips. That goal that we need, we try to average 50 pips a day to, you know, hitting that 5% mark. But that 217 pips does put us at 3,083 pips since the third week of this year. So we finally crossed, not finally, I mean, that's amazing. Catch 3,000 pips in 8 weeks. We've caught 3,000 pips in 8 weeks that we've closed on. And that's pretty amazing if you do the math. The standard, if you have a standard account, you're trading with a standard lot size, which is equivalent to $10 a pip. So if you take $10 a pip and you multiply it times the 3,083, you would have made a little over $30,000 in 8 weeks of our recordings. And after this message, I'm going to put out the charts that documents every single week the pips that we closed on what pairs and what days that we closed them. Now, this was a challenging week, and we kind of did. I'm going to be honest with you guys. We got our ass kicked in that euro, didn't we? It's like way against us right now. And I'm definitely looking for that euro pairs, the EUR GBP, the EUR CHF, and the EUR JPY to show us some more love back to the short side next week. Now, there's a chance that it doesn't play all the way back to our entries next week. But as you guys notice, and I gave Lawrence props for the fact that he was smart enough to hedge that position. What hedging means is that, let's say you playing a sell on a pair and it happens to go against you. So with an account that you have with Traders Way, you can put the sell in, right? And if the market goes against you, you put a buy in. So you have a sell and a buy. So as the market goes against you, you're still making the profits on the buy side. And then when the market comes back your way, then you will take the profits on the sell as well, if that makes sense. All right? So Lawrence was diligent, smart enough to do that because Lawrence is a student of the game. Those videos that I encourage you guys to go watch at the H2F Signals YouTube channel, subscribe there. You want to subscribe there? Those videos that are there, Lawrence has been a student of those, a humble student of those, and now you're seeing his mastery like artwork in action. On a slow week like this week, Lawrence still managed to pull out $1,500 something in his account. Props to you, Lawrence, doing the damn thing. Now, each and every single one of you will get there if you do the same thing, and that's be a humble student of the game. And we have the video library of all the videos that Lawrence has had access to that we've put out there. Some of them I've recorded myself. The Bible of the Highway to Freedom Forex movement is a video by Joe Nemeth that teaches you about Heikin-Ashi candles, wrinkle charts, and multiple time frame analysis. It's very simple. We don't try to get too busy with all this extra stuff about, you know, Fibonacci and patterns and W's and M's and bats and Gartleys and all this stuff. Now, do I use those things sometimes? Yes, I use them because they're like extra confirmation for certain moves that I'm making, or they give me like a little foreshadowing of what the potential that the market could do. But with the multiple time frame analysis and using Heikin-Ashi candles, it's all based on what they call price action. So whatever the price is doing, you're responding to that when you follow and be a student of that video by Joe Nemeth. Also on our YouTube channel, there's a video there that the group did. I did it for the group, where it teaches you how to set up your charts so that you can look at multiple time frames on certain pairs at one time. So you can have a D1 chart, an H1 chart, and a wrinkle chart, let's just say, at the same time. So you're looking at your master direction, your trend, and your entry chart at the same time. So you can make your analysis on the market and determine the moves that you need to make. Okay? So definitely, guys, use your weekends wisely, like I say. I always say it on Fridays. Use your weekends wisely. Learn more, earn more. Yes, Lawrence is following the signals that we place in the channels. And the signal channel is designed for everyone that's new and everyone that's veterans to help you earn money as you learn. We don't want you guys to learn and then earn like we did and take all the bumps and bruises and things of that nature. We want you guys to earn now and learn as you go. Now, no matter how skilled of a Forex trader you ever become, there are going to be weeks like the ones that we had this week where you kind of take some lumps or the market just doesn't do exactly what you want to do. And I must say, for the last 8 weeks that we've been posting our results in the signal channel, we've been doing it for 8 weeks. This really has to be the first week that we've looked adversity in the eye, and instead of us slapping adversity slapped us, because the market just didn't tend to do exactly what we wanted it to do on those certain pairs, some of the certain pairs that we traded, like the EUR Swiss franc, the EUR pound yen, and the EUR pound and the EUR yen, the EUR JPY, EUR GDP, and the EUR CHF. Okay? So, but we didn't take the loss. You don't lose until you close the trade, all right? You don't lose until you close the trade. One of the main reasons we always insist on using the proper lot size. I've been thinking about this all week as the market went against us. I said, man, I hope you guys just use the proper lot size, man. Do not trade our record. Our record is amazing. We've only taken 2 losses where we closed out the trade and took the loss for a total of 33 pips. That's an amazing record. It's not normal, because anybody will tell you taking certain losses in the Forex is a part of the game. Now, up until this point, we've only taken the 2. But guys, you cannot trade the record. You have to trade the market and realize that the market does not always do what we expect, especially on weeks like this week, where the moves in the market are not based on technical analysis, but the moves are based on fundamental analysis. Fundamental analysis, what that means is that it's based off of the news occurrences. It could be off of a speech that Donald Trump gives, or Yellen, the Fed chair, or these guys in these other countries in the Eurozone, Mario Draghi or something like that. These somebody over there in Europe, let's just say. I've been reading this stuff all week. Fundamental, it's based off of these speeches and these meetings that they have, and it's kind of tricky to trade fundamentals because you're not sitting in the meeting hearing what's going on. You find out about it after the fact. You find out about it once the market already does what it does. And the other tricky thing about trading in weeks like this week in the fundamentals of the market is that it doesn't really give you time to adjust and make the trade. You will notice, like, certain times this week, like yesterday and let's say today, at exactly 8:30, you notice the USD CAD, we actually closed out 55 pip profit on one of our positions. At exactly 8:30, the meeting was held, and at exactly 8:30, USD CAD just drops like 55 pips we caught, but it dropped immediately. So it's not like there was a setup there like normal with technical analysis where, okay, I'm seeing a setup, I see the D1 chart doing this, so I want to wait for the H1 to pull back, and when the H1 goes back that way, I'm going to have time to get in the trade. It's not like that when it comes to fundamentals. So it can be a little tricky. And we always, learning the Forex is an ongoing process. Any trader will always say, I don't care how much experience you have. My mentors tells me how he's always learning something new or adjusting something, not necessarily adjusting to the point where you're changing your strategy, but just realizing something that says, oh, you know what, next time if they won't get me like that, okay? And so hedging is one of those things that this week I took out of it and said, you know what, I'm gonna start having to implement the hedging strategy that we use or we have here on the Highway to Freedom. I'm gonna start having to implement that more forcefully with our trading, especially with trades like the euro that has gone against us. All right. So hedging is going to say that because Lawrence can tell you he's in those same cells that we're in on the EUR GBP and those trades because we talk. But he was, like I said, diligent enough to say, well, you know what, that H1 chart is turning, it keeps turning back up against the direction that we intended for it to go. So let me put a buy on it as well as the sell until it comes back to my entry. This way I can make profits on that pair in both directions. And this is how he was able to pull out $1,500 this week. Put out of that $1,500, he put out 500 of it today off of hedging. So these are things that you guys stick around for and look forward to know that, hey man, it's gonna be all right. Everything gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. We got the plan, you know, we got the strategy. Some of you guys who just started this week, I had somebody who hit me up, was like, yo, Shane, where the signals at, man? Where the signals at? Don't worry, the signals are coming. You know, with the pairs that we were already in, I didn't want to overload us. So some of you coming in new, you might come in at a time where we already traded, we already active, we already overloaded in certain pairs and certain activities going on where I don't want to put more signals in that group yet. Or we might not have a setup at that certain point in time. So that's why the signals are not coming in. But don't you worry, every trade, well, not every trade that I take, but for the most part, if I'm trading the trades, I'm putting them in the signal channel. I'm doing my best to get us at least the 250 pips per week. Now, yeah, we're still averaging well over 250 pips per week. Let me give you the numbers. We have nothing to be scoffed up at about for the little subpar week that we had this week. Let me tell you what we're averaging over the last 8 weeks. We're averaging 385 pips per week over the last 8 weeks. Yeah, 385 pips. So we're averaging an extra 135 pips over what we need to be on point with the P390 Forex system that we have. Okay? So that's another terminology that you guys should know. Everybody new that at least been here for a week, you should know what the P390 Forex system is all about. You should know that. You should know what about your lot sizes. You should know that. You should know what pairs are. You should know what entries and these different terminologies. If you're paying attention to those videos, especially the one by Joe Nemeth, the title of it in our channel is How to Kick Ass in the Forex Markets. That's the title of it. You should know Heikin-Nashi candles. You should know multiple time frame analysis. And we should start having these conversations in our regular channel so that we can bring these different facets of our trading strategy to light and have those conversations about them. I'm sure you guys have questions. And, you know, this is how we built the Highway to Freedom, by a community of traders, like-minded, talking it out, working it out, and making the money as we go. Okay? So everyone that's new, you definitely should be subscribed to the H2F Forex Signals YouTube channel so that you get all the updated videos that we put there. If you go to YouTube, there's like a little bell in there. You just click on that bell, and every time we put a video in there, you'll get an email notification letting you know that there's a new video that we put in there. Okay? Keep up with the terminology, and you're going to be all right. All right. Now, the end of the weekend, we shift now, as you know, to inviting in our Sunday night opportunity overview webinar, which is going to be this Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if there's some of you who've gotten to the point where you have friends and family and loved ones that you want to invite to the opportunity, this is the perfect opportunity to do that by getting them on our Sunday night opportunity overview webinar at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm letting you know now so you can put down your calendar. And invite your friends that say, yo, what's this new thing you're doing, man? Yeah, I always see you on your phone, man. Looking at those charts, man. What's that all about, man? Well, don't try to explain it to them and all of that, because you probably don't understand the opportunity as well as the leaders here do. So let us do the work for you of the explaining and invite them on. And now what happens with that turns into extra income for you. So for example, on weeks like this one where we didn't quite hit the goal that we had set for ourselves, you're able to take some of the residual income that you're making monthly from your affiliate program, because once you sign in, you have the opportunity to earn unlimited amounts of income by inviting others to the opportunity. Now you're able to take that money or a portion of it and invest it. You should be investing a portion of your income, your linear income, whether you have a job or not, or affiliate or whatever. If you have a job, you should be investing at least 10% of your income. That's just wealth principles I learned from one of my mentors. And it's in the books. It's in the good books out here. You should be investing at least 10% of your income. So again, like on weeks like this where you say, man, the market went against me. Oh man, I'm looking at my margin level percentage. I'm looking at things. I hope I don't blow my account and stuff like that. You're able to take a portion of your income and throw it in your account to beef it up a little bit more so you don't have to worry about these staggering movements. And so that can help you get to that $10,000 that we need to start trading the standard lots. Okay? So, yeah, that's what it's all about, guys. That's what it's all about. It's about getting the freedom and using all the tools that's around us to get there. Now, we're not all about recruiting. That's not what we're all about, because you don't have to invite one freaking person, and you will get free here on the Highway to Freedom by following the steps. But these are extra tools that are out there right around you in your face every single day that you can use to propel yourself to get to that ultimate goal that much quicker, okay? There will be people that join us that make more money from the affiliate program starting off than they make from the Forex. There will be people like that really love, well, not say love, but they really have a knack for helping others. So, and we put out those records. We've already started to take over the leaderboard in National Wealth Center. National Wealth Center is an international company that we use to make this opportunity sweeter for everybody. And we've already taken over the leaderboard. I think 3 or 4 of us are already in the top 10 already. And we've only been launching that for the last 8 weeks. And we already have 3 or 4 members here in the top 10. Lawrence Martin, Kerwin Boogie, Earl Johnson just creeped up in there today. Jules is up in there. And I'm up in there. That's 5 people we already have in the top 10. 5. I definitely see the day that we dominate the leaderboard. Okay? All right, guys. So I don't want to hold you too long. At the end of the day, use your weekends wisely. Learn more, earn more. It's been a good week. Interesting week, I should say. Interesting week. And I'll see you guys Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's get it.